Hello, absolutely nobody. It's Sparrow up here. Welcome back. Night 41. 7 Days to Die on the PlayStation 4. So, when you left me, I was creating bullets for what's going to be a Night 42 horde in, well, just over a day now. So I created the bullets and started making them in the workbench, and I thought I'd go for a little drive and wrench some cars because I was a bit short on brass for bullet casings. So I left my base here and drove all the way up this road, wrenching all the cars on the way. Now I saw a couple of side streets that I didn't go down, up or down. I think it's just turned night. I think it's just turned 2200 there. Anyway, so I zigzagged all the way up here, wrenching all the cars, and then I got to this town here, which we've been to before, and I saw this working Stiff's tools, and the window was boarded up, so I smashed my way through the window. I killed a couple of zombies to get in here, but then when I went up to this crate, I found that it was actually an untouched working Stiff's tools. Now I was sure I'd been in here before, and I was sure that I'd put a crate in the back here, because I remember this door here being locked open, but seemingly I don't know whether the whole place has respawned and killed my box and my campfire, but what we have is a brand new working Stiff tools to raid. So I suppose the basics of tonight's episode, I probably should have done a bit of inventory management before I started. I don't want you stinky sandwich, but what I was really coming for was some brass. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to raid this working Stiff's tools, find any tools we can and just scrap them, because we've got a full tool set. I also found a 600 stone axe. Fantastic. I don't really need that, so I can get rid of all of this stuff anyway. Just drop that. And I also found a nice nail gun in the first box. When I found that nail gun, I thought what I'd do is I would do a quick episode within this working Stiff tools, because we're looking for scrap, and these bars here are scrap. So if we hit them, you'll find that we've got 4 scrap from that. So what my plan is tonight is I'm going to raid the working Stiff tools and then do a little bit of scrapping. So we'll do the boxes first, so it's a little bit more interesting. I suppose my plan is I still need more radiators, so I can smelt them down to make brass, and then I can make bullet casings from them. But I thought it was just interesting that it does look like this working Stiff tools has completely respawned and actually gotten rid of everything I had in here. My little kind of temporary base, respawned the doors and everything. So that was quite interesting. And I don't know whether that's because we've just been patched again. So we've just had 1.09 come out this morning or last night to fix some of the issues that they were suffering from the previous patch. So who knows? But I don't need any of these anvils. I've got a full set of tools at home. I'll scrap that there. Oil I'll keep for the time being. If it's if I'm short in inventory space, I'll just get rid of it. So we'll finish off raiding this working Stiffs, and we'll see what's in the back. Now we are in a city, and it is 11:30 at night, so we can expect, if we're making a lot of noise, we might aggravate some zombies. But again, we'll take all the tools we find, and we'll more than likely scrap them all, because they might not be as good as what we've already got. But we'll keep going. There's a dying tool set I just picked up in that last crate. This one here, door frames. So we need to start doing some management now. I will scrap that. Do I need empty glass jars? Not really. Rebar frames might be quite good. Right, I'll get rid of the oil. I can take this. Now I have got my mini bike outside, so I think what I'll do is I will open up these boxes. In fact, yeah, I'm getting some quite good stuff, so I will head on outside to my mini bike. I came in through the window so I could keep the door integrity. I'll load up my weapon just in case. So there's my mini bike. It's relatively quiet. We'll ditch the fuel, since we don't need to keep that on us. I will... What else can we ditch? Don't need a tool set. I mean, I don't really need the wood. We can scrap that. We want to keep them. The engine, I think I'll probably just scrap down. Put the pipes in. Door, bars, beer. In fact, we'll just do that. So then we've got relatively full, empty inventory there, so we can go back to raid the rest of these boxes. Bearing in mind we're in a town, it's day 42 now, so we're getting a horde night tonight. So we're not going to be here for long. We're going to raid these boxes and then head back to the base to secure it up. I'm still not entirely sure where I'm going to spend this horde night. Horde night 42 sorry, was always quite a vicious one, and I really don't want them destroying my base, which is swaying me to think that I might spend it in the horde house that I've got in the other town. It's probably a better idea than destroying all my hard work. I'll just take down the safe though. Couple more hits. I love the steel pickaxe. I really want to spend a little bit more time leveling it up as well, because if we can get that to blue, then that's going to be fantastic. So we've got a couple of gun parts as well. We'll more likely scrap them, because we don't necessarily need gun parts that low. Anything below blue these days, we don't need at all, so we can scrap them for parts. I can read that schematic. Read that schematic. Read that schematic. Yep. We've got a 600 wrench here, so we can scrap that. Am I going to scrap it? Scrap that. I was pressing the repair button. We'll scrap this wrench for the time being, and we'll inventory bar that. Do we need a hoe? Not right now. We can make that later. We've got another couple of wrenches we can scrap. So, as you can see, once you get a little bit further on in the game, then generally you'll start scrapping stuff. Scrap that as well. That you would used to have kept, because you can quite easily make these things. So we've got what's just 30 minutes past 1 in the morning. So we'll go through these scraps. So let's just have a look. We've got 65 scrap here, so we should have close to once we've done all these, we should have close to 300 scrap. And then if we put that scrap in the forge and smelt it down, I think 1 scrap will get you 5 in the forge, and then you can make steel. So that's the whole idea of doing this, is that we want to be able to go back with as much scrap as possible and brass, smelt it down, so we can make more steel bars and more shell bullet casings, because we are actually a little bit low on them right now. So as you can see, it doesn't take too long. Let's actually check out what happens here. So we know if we take down 1 shelf, we get, well, I was going to say we get 4, but we've apparently only got 2 from that, 3 from that, sorry. I don't need my shovel in my inventory. I'll inventory bar my hammer, and let's see what happens if I hammer this. Yeah, so it takes doubly as long, and you get the same amount, because there is the age-old technique of using the right tool to gather the right resources. I think the pick is good for this. It's only it's 2 hits, and it's 2 from each hit, so we can quite quickly gather all the resources we need from here. And by the looks of things as well, I don't know if this is a new thing, but it's it looked like it had completely respawned on the inside, so maybe in another 10-20 days or whatever the respawn time is, we will have another full we'll have the shelves back as well, so we can come back and scrap them. I'm sure we'll find out. It's day 42 now. I'm not sure how long I'm going to run this series. I might run it up until I've finished my base and we've had the next couple of Horde nights. But I definitely will, when there's a next major patch update, I definitely will start a new fresh game, especially if there's any more or any added functionality to the workbench or any extra items we can craft and build. We can start again. So even though the first maybe 4 or 5 days are a little bit of a pain, I find them a lot of fun. I do find starting a new game a lot of fun, and the first maybe 21 days of a gameplay are the most exciting, because you're scrabbling around for resources, you're trying to survive and find everything you need to make a decent character. And then once you've got to the stage where I am now, where you've got a really good tool set, you've got all the books you need, and you're just picking up items to make your base, that's a different level of fun, different level of challenge, because it's more resource gathering and crafting and imagination, while the first 21 days is all about fighting and survival. So that's one thing I do love about this game, the fact that there's always something to do, and you can always invent yourself some decent fun. I just hope they keep adding content to the game like they are, because they're doing such a good job. So what have we got now? We've got 2 walls worth of scrap. So once I finish these 2 walls, I'll jump back on my mini bike. We'll make a straight line back to the place, to our main base, and then what we'll do is we'll stick all the stuff in the forge, and then I will potter around during the day off camera, setting some stuff up, and I'll bring you back for the Horde night, which I'm hoping is going to be fixed in the latest patch, because certainly the last 2 Horde nights that I've had have been a little bit disappointing. Now again, if you've watched my whole series, I haven't changed any of the settings from day 1. And you saw that the Horde night on day 7, 14 and 21 were quite vicious, and then 28 and 35, there was, after the patch's update, there was hardly anything worth filming. So I'm hoping that the patch they've just installed today has fixed that. If not, then I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, because if the game's broken or glitched in some way, and there isn't a decent Horde night, do I throw the settings up to the highest spawn rate and see how that works? I think I'm probably there anyway at the moment. It might make the game a little bit more of a challenge. So let me know in the comments if you want me to up the spawn rate level so it's on max spawn, then let me know in the comments and I will do that. We'll see how we can stand up to that challenge, and how quickly we run through all my bullets that I've made. And so we've got a couple of shelves over there. So we'll do these shelves, and we'll do the shelves that are on the opposite wall. Shouldn't take too long. And then we can see how much scrap we've got from this place. I can't remember what we were at when we started. I'm trying to rack my brain, but I can't think. So we just did a whole night inside a working sift tool, smashing it down. We didn't get bothered by one zombie, and we managed to pick up 455 scrap, which isn't a massive amount, but it'll do. Better than sitting in a building, not doing anything, waiting for the zombie horde, waiting for the daylight. So we'll head back now. I'll just do a straight line. In fact, if I do a straight line, will it unlock any more map that I haven't done? Yeah, I'll do a straight line down this way. What's there? That's a cave. A straight line down there. We're not going to unlock much map we haven't seen already, because I do want to do a little bit more exploring at some point. There's a few zombies. I really like the snow biome. I never used to. But in my other series that I've got going, where we answer the questions that we like to know, I spent a couple of nights in a row building in a snow biome, and I really appreciate the way that they've done it, because you know, 1 minute you can see the floor and you can see the concrete you're building on, and then it starts to snow, and then the snow piles up, and then you know, you can't see anything really other than snow, and then what happens is the snow melts and you can see the road again, and it starts to rain and it's wet. So that, you know, we were obviously on the edge of a snow biome, and it was the changing scenery. It was excellent, especially when the snow started to come down. And it is nearly Christmas. By the time this comes out, Christmas has probably been and gone. But you know, it makes me feel a little bit Christmassy in a strange way. So we're nearly back home now. Not so far. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a shine. There always seems to be a little kind of shining light in the distance. Looks like a reflection of a sniper rifle's barrel or something. I have tried driving towards that once. You don't really get anywhere. It just keeps moving, so I don't know what it is. Whether it's just a glitch or whether it's moonlight or something, or sunshine. Who knows? But here's my fantastic home. Work in progress still. So we'll drive in here, because we've got pretty much where's my bike? I think we've got a full bike inventory. We don't necessarily need to take the fuel out, but I'll take all this out. Oh, look at that. So that's 674 we got from that whole night's work. So that's not so bad, because that'll smelt down to quite a nice amount. I will just block off this area, because if we do get a mini horde in, we don't want them coming in and banging on our door. And we'll head up. Right, so I will put everything I've just picked up. Well, maybe I'll just do some proper inventory management. Springs, lights, bars. We're going to smelt down the radiators. Get rid of the radiators. Stick in the iron. Because those radiators there, I think, will create 50 each. There you go, as I'm speaking. So they'll create 50 each, so that'll take us to another 150 casings we can make. Which are ideal, because we really do need to start thinking about arming up. I'll get rid of that off the screen so you guys don't have to look at a box. Beer, tuna, anything else for here? Empty jars. Stick some empty jars in here as well. In the supply crate goes the cloth, the leather, the iron doors. I think I had iron doors in there, didn't I? Yeah, I've got a metal door, sorry. I'll stick in here the rebar frames that I collected. And in my workbench, I should have created some... I've only got 45 shotgun shells. I thought I created more than that for some reason, but obviously not. So I will take them out, and I'll put them back in here. Put the shotgun shells. So we've got, are they slugs? Shotgun shells, shotgun slugs. Okay. I don't know what the difference there is, to be honest. We can find out. And then in my crate here, I'll stick in my challenge. In fact, what I'm doing, I will stick in the wood. Don't need the wood. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Wood, paper. Take back that because I want that. Everything else I will reorganise in my inventory. Stick my hammer there. Get my sniper rifle back. Wood frames can go in my crafting box, along with the new nail gun that we've got. So we've got two full nail guns now, which is perfect, and then the shells can go away. So what I'm going to do, I will spend a little bit of today crafting and using my gunpowder, crafting more bullets, and then I've decided what I will do is I will disappear off to my other horde house, because this isn't anywhere near ready yet to fight off a horde, I don't think. And then I'll bring you back tonight for a quick tour, and then the horde night. So again, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully it's been informative for you, taking down the internals of the working stiff tools. And I will see you all in the next video. Okay, take care. Bye now.